Well, it looks like there's a bit of corporate hypocrisy here about importing Chinese cars into the United States. Now, Waymo has imported more than 3,200 of the Zeekr, Chinese company, electric vehicles in the United States to turn into their Waymo self-driving taxis, right? Now, interestingly enough, right? If we import a car from China, there's nobody that mass produces them for individuals that sells them in the United States. There's a gigantic tariff, right? Now, here's what makes me furious, right? One, that they're using Chinese-built vehicles to do Waymo in the United States, right? We can't just go out and buy stuff from China without an insane tariff. But here's the truth. Waymo and Zeekr have not publicly explained the exact customs classification that they're using or the duties that they're paying on these imports, right? So we have no idea. The corporation, Waymo, is it paying a bunch of tax on these? They won't tell us. Now, the only way we'll ever find out is if Waymo voluntarily discloses the tariff it's paying. If the customs release information through a legal proceeding or investigation, or if Congress or another government agency publicly examines these imports to see what's happening. Now, if you want to go on a theoretical level, way back in the 1800s, the United States classified corporations as having the same rights as individuals, right? So a corporation has the same rights as an individual, even though it doesn't actually exist as a creature, right? It's an idea, corporation. But today, corporations indeed exist as individuals, but as extremely wealthy individuals. They get away with stuff that you and me can't get away with, right? Now, no one knows what the truth is. They're not going to tell us. If it was open and out there, maybe after this video, they'll bring it out and say, here's the duties we pay, da-da-da. I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, right? We'll be turning blue if you're waiting for that to happen. The fact that they're even using Chinese vehicles instead of making stuff here in the United States tells you something. But the fact that they will not give this information out, both Waymo and their partner Zeekr, who makes the electric cars in China, have not voluntarily disclosed their tariff treatment. They have not told it. They're not saying anything. Mum's the word, right? Well, hey, sounds like preferential treatment to me. They've imported 3,200 of them so far for their robo-taxis. Now, granted, they get the cars from China, and then they install the electronics and stuff for self-driving technology. They don't come from China as self-driving. They just come as electric cars. And who knows? We don't know if there's some loophole that says, well, you know, they're bringing the cars over here, but then they're turning them to self-driving cars, so that's a different story, blah, 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 right? I mean, what if we as private individuals imported Chinese electric cars and then we modified them ourselves, right? Would we get the same treatment? We don't even know what the treatment is because they're staying silent. They're not telling us. Hey, like I say, maybe after this video comes out, they'll come out and say, yeah, here's the treatment, here's what we're paying. But I wouldn't put much money on that, right? It's just hypocrisy runs rampant in the automotive industry. It just does. And this, to me, is just another example of it. It's bad enough that they're buying the electric cars from China, not making them here themselves, giving Americans jobs, right? Building the things. And you know, there's no way that they'd be paying the tariff that we'd have to pay. If we had to pay the tariffs, that $39,000 car would be like almost $100,000. It makes no sense buying it at that price, right? And we all know corporations are out to make money. So I challenge you, Waymo, why don't you tell us, the people, what kind of tariffs are you actually paying on this, right? Let's see what happens. Now, we all know Ford's having a lot of problems. Well, maybe this is part of the problem. Ford reported a 10.2% decline in its July U.S. vehicle sales, but yet Ford said it was a good sales month, and they also said that the steep decline was by design. Okay, what, they're designing to eventually not make any cars at all? You know? Double speak abounds at the corporate level, right? Now, they're saying that the steep decline was by their design because they phased out 2 vehicles. People obviously didn't want them. They're phasing them out, right? And lowered its daily rental fleet business. Now, here's something that a lot of you might not understand. When they're renting cars out, leasing them, renting the stuff, they still count as sales. To me, that's BS. They should have a separate thing. Here's the amount of cars they sold. Here's the amount of cars they personally leased, one at a time. And here's the amount of cars that were in a rental fleet business. It should be split up so you can actually see. And not conglomerate them all and say, here's the cars we, in quotes, sold. Because you really didn't sell the fleet ones, and you certainly didn't sell the leased ones. You're leasing them, and then you get the stupid things back, right? But the point that they said that, hey, our sales are down over 10%, but it was by design. I mean, can you believe it? Here's what they say, and I quote, "Our July results reflect a strategy that is working exactly as planned." If this is exactly what it's planned and they're losing sales, 10%, over 10%, maybe they ought to come up with a different plan, right? They said that they were getting rid of the Lincoln Corsair. Okay, let's break that down. Okay. The first half of 2026, Lincoln sold a whole 8,001 Lincoln Corsairs. So if your sales are down 10%, that 8,000 is a spit in the bucket, right? I mean, they're just trying to think of excuses. What can we tell these people? Oh my God, we're running out of ideas. Our sales are way down. Tell them it's as planned. Tell them we're getting rid of the chaff, right? Then we're getting down to the kernel of the wheat. Right? I mean, you can't make up this insanity that these people come up with. Now, sales are down across the industry. There's no question there, but it's a 2.4% sales decline over the whole industry, right? Ford's was like 10%. It's a lot more than 2.4. You know, they're not doing things right. And they can double speak all they want saying, this is his plan. Well, like I said, maybe they should come up with a different plan. Maybe get another head. Old Jim Farley, I mean, I think he's past his prime in the automotive industry, to say the least. Now, here's one you just have to laugh at. BMW owners are now being outraged by Spiderman ads that pop up on their dashboard screens. And the BMW owners are screaming, we need ad blocker for cars. Well, can you imagine you spent all this money for a BMW, right? You paid, who knows, $60, $80, $90, $100,000 for a BMW. You start up your car and you get a Spider-Man ad coming up on your dashboard screen. What do they think? Rich people like Spider-Man? I don't know, right? But the hilarious thing is, in December 2023, BMW Senior Vice President Stephen Durek said, to say I'm selling the screen to play a commercial, I don't see it, he says. Well, less than 3 years later, we're seeing it. They're throwing ads on their BMW screens when they start the car. It's a banner ad, and you can't turn it off till it's gone. And if you touch it, then it gives you a full ad, I guess, of the Spider-Man movie, right? Now, it kind of makes you wonder what's going on in these people's heads. You spend all this money for a car, then you got an ad coming up on the screen. Now, basically, I agree with the BMW owners. I think they've got a few screws less behind a BMW, because if you got a few screws loose, maybe you'll buy a BMW. They cost too much. They're endless money pits to fix. They have horrible resale value. But be that as it may, I agree with them being totally outraged. And anytime these companies do it, complain. Because if enough people complain, guess what? They might stop doing it. There were some companies out there that actually took the dipsticks out of the engine oil, so you couldn't check your engine oil with a dipstick, right? Well, a lot of those have rolled that back now. They're not doing it anymore because people complain so much. The power we have is these corporations are trying to sell you something. If you don't buy, complain, oh, this product's horrible, don't buy it, guess what? They'll change things. That's just obvious. So maybe it started with BMW, right? As you might say, it started when they invaded Poland. Well, it might start when they invaded the BMWs with Spider-Man ads, right? But what could come next if we don't fight this evil force? Well, a lot more ads that we don't want, right? So kudos to the BMW owners. And if you get any of this nonsense on your car screen, Go to the manufacturer, complain, fight it, and vote with your money. Say, you know, this is disgusting. You're going to do that. Next time, I'm going to buy your competitor's car instead of yours because I don't like the direction you're heading to. Well, that's it for breaking news today. And remember, you can only see breaking news on the Scotty Kilmer channel on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell and all that because I'm here to tell you the truth about the automotive industry so you can understand all these strange things that are going on so you won't get taken advantage by these guys and you'll see what's actually going on beneath their facade of shiny cars going down the road with smiling families in them.